elimination, not even a decider. It's on, I think, Yeduje is so impactful for FUT on the defense, and we need to be able to see CNED getting conversions with his op. He was not hitting any of the shots before. It's on him now. Fast opening. Yeah,
great start for him there. A little bit of a confidence boost, but they're brawling, and you can expect this throughout the game. No one is going to come away unscathed from this. Yes, one will be alive, but they will be battered, bruised, and broken by the end of this game. First blood drawn, something's gone down, but PRX going to continue that pathing towards the A site. Was reticent in approach, happy to continue along this. CNED sitting a little bit safer, just shouldering the angle. Paint Shell going to go in. That could be quite nasty if it does manage to catch. No, respecting it enough to fall away, but they're buying a lot of time here.
10 seconds for Forsaken to get stun up, but already closing the gap is Captain in the back lines. They have everyone contained right now. This Sage Wall is everything in this hit. Otherwise, the stacks here for FUT, they should be converting this round. The stun line already pinged. On paper. Stun line already pinged. Sage Wall ready to be placed, probably towards spawn.
I'm looking at Mr. Fallen, who might get isolated by this. There comes a stun. He's the most vulnerable person now. Dealt with. Jing, perfect. Almost on the follow-up towards Cracks. And he's going to chase that down. He wants in. Wingman going to be pretty much evaded, and the plant's gone in. Even with all that information, PRX able to bring this back to a 4v4.
All four.
as well, though. Paranoia goes in. No one can pressure it until then. Yeduje takes away Forsaken. Jing with a quick up and over. Still firing. Still doing what he can, but FUT are in the door now. Devi in a 1v2. He got the first, he needs 2 more. Cracks is low, 10 HP. Desperate to try and catch him, but Wingman gonna be evaded again. 3 more bullets and another body found. A 1v1, he spotted him. And now the pressure's on Yeduje. The Sheriff, a little sweaty in his hand, getting a little more nervous. Devi doing the dance. Around we go, buying time. Seconds on seconds, he's done so well. You may know what they're doing, but you still can't handle it. PRX with the first.
Brings a whole new meaning to Dirty Dancing right there around that box. Just playing it so safe, playing that time, and again, FUT's gonna lose another pistol round in a 2 versus 1 situation. This happened against EDG on Lotus as well, and it didn't set them the pace that they needed. It ruined their economy. They didn't get that op out on CNED, which is one of the win conditions. And here, yeah, I mean, man, that's a 5-on-4 that FUT had. They had that early opening pick. Like, these are all the things that FUT needs to be able to do better this time around than the last time we saw them here.
It's a quick reminder of some of the earlier problems, right? You kind of dream of being able to have those positions and all of that, you know, I guess, on paper win cons, but it's PRX. There's always something about them. But danger here, Jing, going to handle it well, and something to follow up, really securing that forward positioning on he's just running through him! It's just pistols, it's fine, but it's confidence. And when we talk about the impact of confidence, you look at these two teams quite specifically as well. Both respond well to it, both look to kind of harness that moving forward, feel out the game early, and of course a lot of teams would love to have that, you know, get confident early, get your players active. But you look at the likes of CNED, Jing, either side obviously, but a very similar coin that you're looking at.
FUT is, as you are completely right, they are hugely momentum-based. I wouldn't start getting nervous right now. Yeah, it's a flawless round, but it's still very early in. We're only talking about round 2 here, okay? We're going into this is the first test, this is the first gun round. There's no op going to be on the board, no economy to really deal with that. FUT, I think, probably just want to make sure that they pick up a few rounds to work with. Their attack side, controlling the pace of the game is going to be something that they're going to look forward to. So it's about surviving into that second half. If FUT is able to pick up this map, this is probably their only real chance at winning the entire series, I think. So they need to make sure that round by round, they're setting the tone and they're not letting PRX run away with just everything, just creating chaos and getting away with it.
They thrive in it. And PRX throughout the map now. They've shown presence towards A off the back of the Dizzy. Orb collected over towards B, so a couple of question marks placed, but the one-way still in position. You've got a shouldering of the angle from Captain, and the showstopper is indeed here. Jing going to try and levy the odds. Even with the weaker weapons, run, Mr. Fallen, run. How far can you make it? He wants you! Heat-seeking doesn't land! Yeduje keeps them safe. So already the site does get given up, though, so a little bit of a trade-out. The danger man really is Devi now. Mind Freak, yes, has a Bulldog too. And the overwhelm towards, well, CT, it's just a brutal battle. The Cracks is winning. Clearing through, leaving just Devi now in a 1v4. Incredibly difficult and already tagged up. And the swing. Perfect. FUT, you can already hear
I heard
it.
the cracks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Yenajay.
Is that Yenajay?
Yeah, the Balrog just battle cry. You'll hear it every time. So Diffuse is there. They get away with it. One player lost. Investment of the ult from Jing. You'll be happy with this if you're FUT.
Really happy with this, considering how their retakes went in the previous series against EDG. This is a night and day difference. This is what they need. They not only won the round, but they won with 4 alive. I have no idea how this guy's getting away from that showstopper, but somehow he does it. And now this is test number 2. Can FUT keep...
There he is.
FUT need to get this map, but something's got that up. Okay, attack side, Gecko up. Contact in.
I'm interested to see how well that works here. Yenajay is a pretty good, safe pair of hands. If you look at him kind of being a bit of a rock for this team, he can absolutely be that. So got to be on red alert. Already a little bit of a deeper look for FUT over down towards kind of A main. They're just going to leave, I think, out a captain there, refreshing that one way. They can loosen up one of the players to maybe hit a rotate early.
No Soba on the side of PRX means that this trip, you basically need to use paint shells to take care of it.
Very tricky.
Unless you walk all the way out, basically.
Yeah.
Ah!
And that's the operator shown in a quick evacuation to make sure they don't get caught on the counter swing. Dizzy goes up. Mosh to be sent, but Yenajay threads the needle. He finds a pixel out of place, and that's Jing. Gonna somewhat deny that early springboard forward. Mr. Fallen has to swing and fight. Manages to keep himself standing, but now the pressure's starting to mount here. This is that bloody battle we're talking about. The rotations are coming in, but Devi keeps some pressure off them, keeping it at a 4v4. Plants in play. Market gonna be denied by the wall, at least for now. Dizzy sent on the other side to clear through close on the site, but catching Forsaken, trying to backpedal. Stunning work from CNED. Paint shell as well. Something and that operator are going to have to be, I don't know, praying for a connection. It's not working. As Mind Freak now overwhelmed, outnumbered, and put down. Let's slow this down here, Josh, because that's 4 standing again. They're handling this well, and they could potentially get an operator if they fancy it. Looks like they don't.
Right as I write down about the difference between G2 and FUT is that G2's teamwork looked so good, and FUT, it wasn't there before, and that was one of the things. They couldn't convert a lot of these rounds, these situations where they had the man advantage. But here, again, I was thinking, okay, what's happening? Mr. Fallen's still in, but the rest of the teammates have backed alpha into spawn. What's going on? They need to be on the same page. But, I mean, they just won with 4 alive.
Yeah, this is a really good look for FUT. PRX on the Guardians, Sheriffs. You heard it.
CNED down mid. They love this play.
They certainly do. It's something we've kind of had in our minds a couple of times throughout regular season over in EMEA. Doesn't find the value he wants.
They have the whole map basically under the control. The only thing that's really weak is that B main area, but it's going to be hard to break into that with just Sheriff, Stingers, and a Guardian.
But can they find CNED? Krax is trying to keep him secure, helping him on the cross towards...
Okay, that's a start.
What a shot! Oh, dearie me! This could be a tragedy in the making. Yeah, the weapons are a little bit deep, but they could be definitely recovered. So that's some huge upgrades, massive for Forsaken. And he's got his ult. You've got the res with Devi. You've got so much to play with here. The only weapon they couldn't recover, I think, is the one by the market door. So yeah, you'll be chuffed with that.
Still a Rolling Thunder and a res available.
Massive. And it's just a constant reminder of, you know, you've got to respect PRX for the mechanical capability at the bare minimum. Straight on him, Mr. Fallen going to find one on the cross. Right, that's Forsaken gone down, but then the res. We noted it earlier, it's in play. Looking at the flank though, Yenajay, the timing, I think it's being considered. Yeah, already Devi's got eyes on it. Banging shot from Devi. Gets himself a nice little upgrade as well. Oh, they are loving this. You're going to need heroics from Mr. Fallen now. The captain, no shot at that, PRX. You are never safe against this side. A cold, quick reminder of it. Mr. Fallen going to have to face the music here. Can he take it on with him? Just 1, 4 alive on the other side. Yeah, the res got used, but now they got fish off. They got all the upgrades. They've got to be smiling about that.
When I'm sitting here talking about this game right now, everything's on FUT. FUT needs to do this. Yenajay needs to do this. CNED needs to do this. The reason why I'm saying that is because PRX are probably the favorites here. They have that teamwork. They know how to just move in together. They're so deadly. I don't know if FUT had any chance to even react to the first 3 of those deaths, just instantly taken out. It is definitely on FUT to be able to set a precedent in this game, and if they can't do it, PRX is going to run over them.
Early fish ult. Oh, they exchanged. But it's seen it find something. So very early damage from that. Looking for more. FUT going to take all the space, want the ult back.
Into B site they go, though. PRX. We get that spike planted. FUT don't care so much about this, though. They do that defensive smoke. They're able to play out that spam battle. But this Rolling Thunder coming in late from Forsaken through Market, I believe, is what's going to happen towards the end of this round.
Yeah, can they clear sight? Yeah, so they're all going to come back around and clear.
He's going to go around the world. Oh, my.
Should just clear towards Pillar, so now they can focus the rolling. Oh my god,
This
the flank on the flank.
huge.
Hold on, the flank on the flank. Device going to find CNED. Wait, Device still trying to brawl this out. And now Forsaken getting closer step by step, but time is dwindling. It's ticking. Here comes the ult from Forsaken. They have no idea about this. And suddenly, dazed and confused, it's all topsy-turvy. And it's PRX again. Perfection with 3 standing. I'm so impressed with them so far, Josh.
That was a great read. They set that up so early into the round, and it's another round where FUT has that opening advantage. CNED getting that kill onto something, and then being able to keep that. It's not like they got instantly traded. Forsaken, though, just waiting in that tiles area, waiting for all the defenders to come out. They know, okay, defensive smoke comes into play. You send that wingman onto the spike for the defuse. Everyone's going to start putting the pressure onto main, not allowing any space to breathe. Forsaken's the backlines with the Rolling Thunder.
And now the earnest is on FUT to do the same thing back to PRX that they did to them earlier on. A hero rifle with cracks, couple of sheriffs and a stinger.
If there's a round to do it, though, it's FUT on sheriffs. This is, I've seen it time and time again.
You're right.
I'm not going to talk about it any more than this. I don't want to jinx anything. It's just...
It has happened.
It's happened. It'd be a deja vu.
Would be, but very good work from Ada Captain. Oh my god, and a headshot too. Okay, and now Krax is here. The hero's made his way towards the site with that rifle. And maybe the curse can be activated with just the slightest of references. Nah, it's all on you. It's crazy you hate them like this. But yeah, Forsaken and Mind Freak. Yeah, it's not impossible. None of the weapons got really recovered here. That's going to force them into an uncomfortable position. Mind Freak rewarded towards Krax. A little TP, but 32 HP. Clearing through, though. That's going to be a good couple of kills. 3 already for him. Eyeing up his 4th, and it's all on Mind Freak now.
Ultimate.
30 seconds TP. Gonna send him scattering. And he commits. Camera's still there.
Missed, though.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Gonna get the plant. Where's he repositioned? They are both low HP. 20 on Yeta J, 11 on Mr. Fallen, but he's not sitting great himself, 32.
Grouping up from FUT. I like this. I didn't like how they were splitting up.
But now they have to make their choice.
They just have to bait. Mr. Fallen's 11 HP. Yeta J's 20. Who do you send in first?
It's a bit of a Sophie's choice, isn't it? Refreshing the one way. No, gonna commit for a closer smoke here. Wait inside it. Hold his breath and see if he notes a player slipping on through. Time starting to dwindle. They gotta get a move on here. Stun comes in. He's gonna know where it's come from. Oh, Yeta J! Just hitting towards him in that smoke. They find it. The time, not close enough to be a problem. Diffuse is there, and they do it right back to him. Josh, I can't believe you brought this into effect.
I've seen it happen too many times.
Yeah.
I've seen it be able to be what FUT needs to get their foot in the door. I've said this line before, everything's deja vu, and they are a momentum-based team. So getting around like this, it's this next round after it. If they're able to pick up this next round, then they start running away with round after round after round. And nothing sets you up a little bit nice like that, except for that Stinger lineup, right? In the rounds. Have they learned from all those mistakes in that second stage of the EMEA split? Have they fixed those things? Because that's where they need to pull it out and make no more mistakes.
You're right. It looks like a stun and gun here already. Mr. Fox, they're going quite deep on this. Wait, and look at CNED
down mid.
His positioning is everything. Teed up. Oh, denied! Something. It's gone. They've got to get away. This has all gone wrong. FUT are going to be scrambling on this one. You did not expect that shot to deny CNED. Left them just condemned in middle, and now they get an early man advantage, still above a minute, with so much util invested. Cosmetic stuns everywhere.
I mean, what did I just say, though?
I know.
And the saving grace here, though, is this is one of the rounds that FUT could actually win just because Yeta J is the player to defend a site right now. He's got his trips up. Not if this happens, though. Oh, there you go. Okay, that's an inch into the round. Op still up for Devi, but a 3 versus 3.
It's Devi on the operator as well. Keeping control of the back lines, allowing the two players still towards site to focus on CT and maybe that swing back in from short. Krax and Yedajay getting a step closer. Still got Wingman and Mosh.
Showstopper, maybe?
Oh, there we go. First and second spotted. Timing, actually, hold on, not clean for Jing. And the slow eventual creep from Devi, but they are there in time. Working in unison, PRX right back to it. And you're right, you've kind of given me the nostalgia of what we were disliking about FUT at times when they overdid things. We got a little too aggressive when they played into it, and PRX looked very ready for that. Or, well, I say ready or not, it doesn't seem to matter because something hit that shot, and that was it.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, when that happens, it's kind of sad. It's, well, what can you do about it? It was a good play. That's what you are kind of thinking in your mind. But was it actually a good play? They called that timeout after they won on an eco round with those sheriffs. But now look at their economy. Was it really worth it? Sure, if you win that round, you can get another round under the belt. But if you lose it, this is the situation you put yourself in. Maybe that's what they need, though. 3 sheriffs and a stinger. I've seen this before. And it's Krax as well is going to be the first point of contact. I saw him with this sheriff.
Oh, that paranoia. Hold on, wait a second. The catch is only one. Krax still alive. Jing sent the rocket, but it didn't work out. It's Forsaken out. The captain once again with a stinger. Running and gunning and finding a body. Jing goes down and an upgrade gets found for CNED. Suddenly a 4v4, and they're surrounded on the site. Devi's got a lot of work on his shoulders, a lot of pressure there to make sure they don't get... That wasn't clean, but it's fine in the end. Mindfreak gonna find some security towards CT, focusing everyone back towards those other areas that could pose problems.
That elbow wall.
I feel like they might have done enough here. We'll see what Yedajay, CNED, and Nada Captain can do, but the position's already looking very secured. Forsaken just has to keep the flank safe, which he's going to be doing behind that wall, leaving the rest of PRX to focus on securing the site. The smoke goes up. Almost a pixel spotted above Mindfreak, good for 1 and a second. He's doing well this round. Yedajay, oh! What is that? And now a 1v1.
No problem.
Time is against him, though he knows it. He's heard the
early.
run. All of that for nothing turns into just tears in the rain for Yedajay. Another round for PRX here. And FUT, I mean, they got close that time, Josh, but close is not good enough now.
Close isn't good enough. They're trailing by 3 rounds right now on their defense side. Yes, they get to finally get an opt-out. Round 10, they have a couple of ultimates to work with, but FUT, they can't make these mistakes. They need to convert these man advantages they get, and PRX is doing such a good job. They don't even have a Sentinel really, like, yeah, sure, they've got the Sage, but it's that wall that's being used to prevent flanks right now, and FUT's trying to go for these flanks.
Yeah.
It's just not working with that wall up.
PRX starting off with a look towards middle.
Extremity control for FUT, but PRX stole all of middle in the process.
Yeah. Finally get to see CNED with that operator, though, something that we were kind of holding to high standard. He didn't have a good game before, and another miss. But he's trying to maybe play in Yedajay, but they seem a little paranoid about it, a little bit worried about this. Does he get cleared? You better hope he does. That Dizzy doesn't find him, and he gets let loose! He thought last round was good. This one's just as impactful. 3 back-to-back.
Good flick.
Okay, did you miss the easy one, but you hit that, do you?
30 degree.
Apparently so. Something now in a 1v4. And you're seeing a real heat up here from Yedajay. You're seeing CNED starting to snap to attention. Something, this is very, very difficult for him. None of the util to bank on, so it is just the gun in hand, really. Making it costly may not really be his paramount focus. 6-3.
30 seconds left.
Looking like 4, quite likely for FUT. As they go towards market. Nice from something. And yeah, you put him on red alert suddenly. Not so confident. They backpedal away. 19 seconds, though. He hasn't got a lot of time to try and add doubts in their mind.
Do they use Thrash for this, though?
That's the question of respect. How much does it make him nervous? He's cleared
10
CT,
seconds left.
but he doesn't really have time for this. A bare minimum, Ada Captain can just wait. Yeah, ran too low on time. Give him maybe 20, 30 more seconds. Something could have happened. It wasn't to be, but Yedajay, what a start there for him.
This is the 2 things we highlighted for FUT before the game started. Yedajay, defense. CNED, will he hit op shots? He missed the first one, made us start guessing, but then hits the second, which is a big flick. This play, the bait setup, the teamwork coming in for FUT. That was a question I had in the back of my mind. Is FUT going to display anything even remotely close to the teamwork that G2 displayed when they played against PRX? And if FUT's able to replicate this type of bait and switch setups, then they have a really good chance here. PRX down to Bulldog, Sheriff, just everything, whatever they can afford. And a fast opening towards B.
Yeah, Jing's right on in there. Stinger ready, locked and loaded. Plant's going to be coming through as well. That's secure. He wants in. He wants Yedajay, but Yedajay's been the man so far, but flashed up, he couldn't connect it. He couldn't gap close, and they're keeping each other secure. Some nice crossfires, some nice setups here. The fish denied. Ouch, that's upsetting. Oh, okay, more of that. Give me a couple more of those, and we're getting back on. But already, CNED just going to...
Oh, huh? Okay.
Okay. All right, a rocket or a pistol. It seems the pistol's better. Free gun, etc., etc. Mind Freak 1v4. Okay, not bad. Need 3 more of those, though, and time's starting to tick here, and the smoke was going to fade. Nice try. 3 still stand. They made it a little bit dangerous. Got a little bit dicey, but it was fine in the end.
We are now getting to the stage in the game. FUT did not get the pistol round. It's 5-6 already. If FUT tie this up 6-6, now I might have to switch the whole focus of everything, start leaning on what does PRX need to do differently to break FUT. I do think when FUT gets onto their attack side in that second half and they get to set the tone, what does PRX have? Really, they don't have that Sentinel ability. They have that Sage Wall, but the pacing that FUT like to employ on that attack side is going to be really slow. So this last round is so important. Rez on the board, Thrash on the board for the attack, one off Rolling Thunder as well. This needs to be a one round for PRX here. They need the 7th round.
Similar beginnings. A little bit of a switch up. CNED committed over towards that A side. Going to take a lot of space from this Jing. Seems to be considering it, or at least doing his diligent look back. But this is a lot of space. That's a lot of space. Look at the freedom it's given the other players.
No trips. That enables CNED to take all this space right now. Took the extremities, denied that Rolling Thunder for Forsaken. So now they have to decide, are we going to go for the A orb? Or are we going to go for the B orb? We're going to go for no orbs. Here comes the Thrash through Market. It's a stun on Mr. Fallen.
Going to be held in some trouble here. Fortunately for him, Fish goes the wrong way and Jing goes in towards the side. So they have the players in the right place. The wall's going to slow down the rotation, but a capture the cross. Mind Freak gives it right back to them with 2 big picks for himself. Plants there, Rez comes in. Paranoia comes through. Rolling Thunder as well. It's going to get chaotic here. Jing, though, leans forward, tries to lean ahead and gets denied by CNED. A 2v4, though. We're going to get a masterclass from this man. Maybe we will. But it's all on him now. In a 1v3, he's carved out the first 2. Oh, nice try. But still, PRX on the half are going to hold the advantage here. 7-5. The question I'll be asking you when we come back from the break is, will it be enough? A good performance from both sides. FUT coming out swinging. PRX still in the lead. But this series is far from over. Is this a good enough performance in your mind from them thus far?
If FUT is able to go 1-1 for pistols here, tie this game up 7-7, we are going the distance on this map. There's no doubt about it. They love these just pace changes, these contact rounds, but the Sage Wall is the only real wall that they have to get past, and they can wait it out. They love to wait it out. And already, finding out the lane of least resistance by accident, contacting all the way through A here, it's going to be pretty much an open site. It's going to be a 5 versus 5 retake potentially, and it all comes down to how does PRX use those abilities. The slows, the wall, the stun, they have really good lockdown abilities. FUT needs to get into great post-plant positions, get those crossfires going, and don't allow PRX to even set up those utilities. Here comes the attack. Once they get that smoke off of, I mean, they have the smokes, they have the Gecko Flash, they have the stun. They're ready to just lock and load here. Maybe waiting for Yedajay to get a little bit closer, but here it comes.
Yeah, that Dizzy is doing work from afar. Notes even something that far
jump
away. Yeah,
Olympics.
That's wild. But still, we do have shot from something. Okay, he was the closest player to this, but he was already sitting very, very deep. And it is going to be on that retake now. We're looking at the damage. CNED was on to cop that headshot down to 22. And here comes all the util scramble! Something has to play it forward, the rest play it back. He's now a little bit isolated from the others, but they're back fighting together. And here comes all the chaos. Seeing it on one, Mindfreak on the trade. A little bit of pressure from Yesterday, but still it's on the side that they're struggling. FUT holding it down, and they just crumble. FUT did so well then, made it just a blender to come back through.
FUT understood the assignment. They knew this is what's going to happen. Slow's going to come in with a one-way smoke, lock out Yesterday from that A link, and then they're going to be able to just come in and just converge on the site. The counter utility was perfect. Traded out, and just nobody could advance from PRX. They were stunned. They were paranoid. They could not progress. And then they went into that blender. The Sage Wall goes down. There's just crossfires from elbow, from sight, from A link. Nothing they could do. Great start for FUT.
Especially after having so many issues on their pistols previous. Whoa. Such audacious tries. I mean, and you may as well. You've got Sheriffs and Frenzies. Certainly not the worst idea in the world to try and make something happen, but they don't get the reward they wanted. So PRX will be left trailing over towards the A side. Maybe they can catch a player, but you're looking at really... I mean, they can lose two. Mr. Fallen out of captain.
As well.
There. You want to keep Cracks up, CNED up, and obviously Yesterday with that Outlaw. So he is a little bit vulnerable here, Yesterday.
Planted.
He's still good for 2.
Steps. Yeah, absolutely did. And he's a bit of a nasty player with this weapon. We've seen it during regular play in EMEA. And he's read it. He heard the steps earlier. Yeah. Oh. Thought he was on for another there. Not to beat. Jin going to get himself an Outlaw.
No sweat.
And the rest of it can be very hard to break through. You've got a lot of distance to cover with those, well, classics and now an Outlaw. So, yeah, not much more probably to be seen here. Again, they can afford to lose one more player. You don't want much more than that. And again, the loss of the Outlaw, it's not the end of the world, but still, they keep the Vandal and the Bulldog, which is the main part of the puzzle.
7-7 will be the scoreline. This is kind of where we were looking to see if FUT's able to get into this position. When do we start talking about what PRX needs to do in order to take FUT down? Everything has been so far on what does FUT need to do to get into the game, to get that lead, to be able to say to PRX, hey, we're not going to let you have your way. And right now, the first 2 opening rounds for FUT have been kind of quick towards A, and it's not been met with like super hard resistance from PRX. It's now, I'm kind of wondering, does FUT kind of slow it down a little bit, feel out the rounds a little bit, find out what that setup is, where that Sage Wall is going, or are they going to keep going quick?
It's their canvas. How do they paint it? A couple of options to begin with and a good start. The bonus looking relatively healthy. There he is again, making a name for himself, finding Divide. And that's a big gap now in the defending side. You've got 3 players very isolated towards A. It puts it all on the shoulders of Mindfreak, and the Dizzy's going to find him. He's surely screwed here, and he is. Cleaned out, CNED's caught him. And the site's open. They're going to double check with the ult, but they've got what they want here. They couldn't ask for a better beginning.
Just save if you're PRX right now.
Surely.
Save the weapons into the next round, because right now, CNED, he's looking for blood, and he's going to get it.
Yeah, drawing more than just 1. He's going to find 2 kills in this round, and he's secured the entirety of CT. If they were considering saving before, now it's a must. You got something, and Jinx wanted to keep the weapons that they have. And I think this is the turning point, Josh. You were discussing when do we start looking at it from what does PRX need to do. This is now that moment. Losing out on a bonus kind of in this situation isn't what you want to be seeing. It was a healthy purchase for FUT, to be fair. It was a very strong bonus. But still, that first gun round can really kind of set you up for the rest of the series, or at least in the map. So from PRX perspective here, as they try to keep these weapons in hand, they might get a bit of a challenge. So we'll keep that kind of ticking over. But in your mind, that's a loss there. Yeah, something. Better try and keep hold of that Vandal as tightly as he can. What does PRX now need to do? This has become a bit of a critical situation. Do we see a timeout potentially? I can imagine that's probably on the board here. But in your mind, what would you like to see the adjustments be?
If not this round coming up, then the next round, PRX is probably going to take that timeout, talk about what they need to do. FUT really only have 2 main openings they do. They do the 2-1-2 split like we just saw in this round, where CNED as Raze and Cracks as Gecko kind of work towards that B main area, push it back, maybe deal with whatever trips are there, steal the orb if it's free, and then they have Ada Captain sitting with Mr. Fallen towards that A side and kind of locking down that orb, listening for the info, being able to pivot and react whenever they need to. It's on PRX right now. In my opinion, they need to just stay calm. Can't let that happen. Can't let the emotions get to them.
Don't worry about Alex. He's
Let
fine.
FUT get to a point where 2-1-2, very flexible start with the ability to pivot, and then you have Yedajay that's closing these rounds out. It's so hard. You have to thread the needle.
And the problem is they're going to come back in with a shaky purchase. Now, it's one of those where you feel that if Jing's in the right place, there's a real chance, and he's going to commit on the angle, but the paranoia are going to dissuade him from continuing down that avenue. So a little bit of an exchange of util, and they're doubling down. They really want to try and play Jing in. He's fallen here. An attempt made, but it doesn't work out. And the rest do have sheriffs, but he was the one with the Vandal. He was the one to try and shoulder all that responsibility. And FUT happy to just take this. I'll just stand there and go, okay, but at least they're going to pick up that Vandal, take it back through. But already man advantage, above a minute. This isn't how PRX would have liked to have started this round.
The A-Link players were walking, but the other players in that CT spawn were running. I wonder if Yedajay heard all that information, places that pressure towards market, towards mid with that smoke, and now they come back out towards A, 5 versus 4. They spotted heavy defense by PRX. PRX thought, hey, they're going to go back to B. Guess what? FUT, they played it right. They like to let the round simmer in those mid rounds. They get onto a free site, 5 versus 4. They've got the weapons. And depending on who gets these last kills, it's definitely going to be CNED looking for them to get closer to that showstopper for the next round, just to spiral, snowball with that momentum.
Spot on, 2 away for CNED. So already, they'll be chomping at the bit for that. And PRX are at the door, knocking. But with those sheriffs, you're looking at something to be the instigator, the main man.
It's paranoia as well needs to be huge for Mind Freak.
But the utility's still in play. You still got a Dizzy there for cracks as well. There it is, sent through. Does it catch something? No, but CNED considering it. Try to go for it, denied.
Opening.
Good follow-up, hold on. Out of time, it's getting too late in the day. Those shots were fantastic. A valiant attempt, but you've got to feel the time just not on their side, and eventually that final line swings in, and FUT, they'll go down with the ship, but that's fine. 9 rounds for them, and this is the round you've got to hope PRX were trying to prepare for.
They made it expensive for FUT, but FUT has lots of money. They also denied CNED the ability to get that showstopper. He needs to get an ultimate orb or a kill now if he wants to be able to use it on this round. But both teams so very close to multiple ultimates coming online. This could be a very easy comeback for PRX to swing it back in their favor. It's not going to be, I just say that it's going to be easy. They need to break FUT's money, and they have probably 2 more buys in a row. If PRX ties it up 9-9, it's still another gun round.
And it's getting to those linchpin rounds, though, isn't it? It's really starting to see the full weight of it. Early exchange again over towards A main. Something hopefully not becoming readable here. No, noted at least by the camp. Is going to take down, send Wingman in to clear the angle, allow Forsaken to try and play with this a touch, but got to be careful. Knife's edge. Doubling up towards elbow. Okay, a little bit of a setup here.
Firing squad.
Yeah, both of them trying to play off each other, but deciding against it and opting to slip back a little bit deeper. They're having to rescind, give up some of this.
Jing's down mid. This timing on Yedajay is everything in this round.
Huge. Oh, the step heard and a man found. And now they speed up towards the side. CNED gonna just burst on in.
He's going.
Yeah, he's gonna go as far as he can. He might catch a, whoa, I got scared there. Easy, Tiger. All good in the end. Gonna post, he's secured them the site, but man up for PRX.
Good flash timing, maybe.
This could be nice. The timing on this is now going to get awkward. No, he can't get away from it. Mind Freak going to catch out a captain in the heels. CNED now puts his life on the line, going to try and swing through, catches Jin. Oh, the flash could have been perfect, but no. PRX still fighting forward. It's 2 left alive on the other side for FUT. Cracks this one. Oh, and then Crossfire kicks into play. Cracks looks back to the left. They know where these 2 players are now. Wingman sent, they try and look towards the right side, finding the Divide, but they can't take him down. Time starting to tick. If it's to fall in down so low, wall goes up. He's desperately trying to break it. He doesn't have the bullets left in the mag. Breaks the wall, but he can't take the player off. Oh, down to the wire, but they live. PRX still in this series, claiming their first in the second half.
2 more times PRX needs to do this to be able to break FUT. They'll tie it up with 1, but here Yedajay getting caught in that back, that search from Jing down middle, wrapping that tiles area. This first kill opened this round up for PRX, and I don't think FUT is going to allow this to happen again. They're either going to go back to their 2-1-2 openings and just really make sure that they don't leave any gaps unattended, or Yedajay is going to change up how he approaches those lurks. He's going to change up how he gets either inserted, but here, I mean, Jing's just going straight in. Why not?
I mean, oh!
They heard the wall. They know something's up.
Look at them looking around,
They're
paranoid, worried, nervous. Yeah, he's backed away.
Showstopper off the back of it at the very least. Silver linings.
That's so sick. That's the most PRX thing. I love to see it. Brings you back to almost like those Pearl days, those situations. And I love the fact they tried to throw that in. In round 18, they've gone, screw it, let's run that. Let's see what we can do. Throw a spanner in the wrench from GB?
Something like that. They were trying to figure out that old chestnut, or I think that's what he said.
Yeah.
But right back into B main, FUT goes. They realize, hey, that's no Sage wall. That's no retake wall. Yedajay spots him as well. He's going to live. He's got that op as well. Normally, we see that on CNET.
Nice little timing on the slow, though. Wow, the trade. Yeah, Forsaken goes down, but it's 1-for-1. You still have the fish ult with something. You still got Jing with his ult as well. It's all about timing now. When he decides to go, that's a player spotted. Bye-bye! CNED just left eviscerated. Spike loose on the site, and they try and backfill the space. Look at Devi's positioning, taking all of that real estate away. This is lovely. They stalled them out here, 20 seconds. Back to the wall, Valorant for FUT, and they don't have other options. They're trying to drift out of Captain away, but it feels like this round's a loss. Keep the rifles, keep the weapons. You're getting nothing more. What a fantastic start from PRX in that round. I love that. Getting creative in these moments.
That was a good time to use it as well. The op recovered out of Captain once they lost those two players, 3 versus 5, whatever the situation was. Okay, I'm going to go 3 versus 4. Yeah, 20 seconds left. I'm going to go get that op, guys. Try to stay alive. They lost another player in the process, but 9-9. We're seeing an op up on the attack side here. The Rolling Thunder is activated. We're going to see a res, and Forsaken's 2 off his Rolling Thunder. So FUT, call that timeout.
Really scary map to start on. We're starting to see the fight back from PRX, though. The gap
timeout from FUT. Does PRX do something a little bit different? Do they go aggressive again? They've been finding those openings. Or do they try to do something different, a little bit slower, let FUT make the first play?
Yeah, there's been a hail of bullets over towards this side. Both normally willing to really scrap for this space, but look how far they're searching.
That's Forsaken getting his orb. He's 1 off. That's 1 kill away from his Rolling Thunder. Would be huge.
Right there.
But Devi and Mindfreak have to be so on the money. They cannot drop the ball here.
The whole plan from PRX right now, let FUT take that site. Let them get that spike planted. The flank's going to come into play.
Lovely slow. The timing on this is great. It's just buying time.
Yep.
Look at the flank, the pack of players, the 3 of them searching, but you still need to see the 2 in CT stay safe. Yedajay is going to take down Jing. They now know about the flank. They know what's coming their way, and this is a battle on 2 fronts. Firstly, starting in market, Mr. Fallen in the way. Trade off of utility, and in we go. Something takes the first couple of steps forward. They're denied in CT for now. A little bit of an exchange of space there as well. They're all going to secure CT for FUT. They're going to make sure they've got time, or at least maybe a little bit of safety to play into, because market is no longer theirs. PRX needs to start taking that space back here.
They don't know where to do it from, though.
And the first real blood drawn is traded out instantly. Here comes the pressure, and a Captain trying to survive takes away Devi. A 2v3, and they're falling like flies. FUT finds stability in an incredibly chaotic moment there. Pressure through market, pressure on CT. A little bit of everything thrown into the mix there, but it didn't work out for PRX with that hunting squad going through.
This is the last chance for PRX to be able to get this round, stop the bleeding, and stop the advancement from FUT here. Right now, it's looking like FUT's going to pick up this first map, and we're going to be looking at Bind, where PRX needs to close that out if they want to see a third map, because right now, FUT is in full control. They have that op still out, and PRX, they're kind of running out of ideas at the moment. FUT doing such a good job with the teamwork, with the pacing, and they're closing out the rounds. These are things that they weren't able to do against EDG.
Forsaken. You're living such a... Just keep going! Keep going! I don't even care. I know it's an overheat, but keep going. And they're pressuring everything. It's a PRX round, right? We're down. We're, you know, feeling the pressure. Back to the wall. Run at them. Hit 2 shots with the Sheriff. Why not? It works.
That body's not resable, though. It's going to be a 4-3 in the favor of PRX. Guns up for everyone. Everyone's on a Vandal.
Yes.
But stun for Mr. Fallen as well.
Okay, so the back lines are still secured. They still have the Cypher up in the form of Yedajay, who's been monstrous, keep in mind.
Slow smoke for elbow, all that fun stuff.
They can buy time here. And they're going to look to focus towards elbow. CT is where it looks like PRX are trying to mount the retake from. Already Yedajay turns, right place, right time of the shot. Eventually comes through from cracks. No trade on this. No next layer of pressure. Sits towards the box, the time starts to dwindle. Jing goes down. These are individual attempts. Where's the swing off the back? Divine now comes around. Too late in the day. As Mindfreak in a 1v3, running out of time, running out of chances. A nice attempt, but it was too little too late. FUT again. Up to 11 here. A valiant attempt from PRX, but not enough.
Not enough indeed. That is the last timeout going to be burned from PRX. They need to be able to pull something out right now. They need to pull a rabbit out of a hat.
A little bit of that PRX magic.
Yeah. They do have that res, so aggression is still on the table. But what right now, I'm looking at how FUT is closing out these rounds. They were down a player. They got that hat info. They got into A. I love how they're dealing with these retakes from PRX. They're moving together. First, okay, we're going to push back A link. We use the wingman to clear out the close. We use the mosh, create a little bit of buffer space for us. Now, as
how good they are. You don't get an easy matchup. They're a very hard team to face. But right now, as you highlighted, as we said, FUT have come in, firing on all cylinders. Now, PRX still have a small purchase here. It's far from what they'd want. You've got a Guardian Stinger, and actually another Guardian as well, and a Sheriff to round it out with something. Res is still in play. You saw how close it got in that last round with those 2 Sheriff shots that gave them that opportunity. But patience being displayed by FUT now.
The 2-1-2 opening. CNED cracks, taking control of B main. Sniffing out what the setup is. Yedajay with that deep line. His outlaw in middle. We've seen this time and time again, just controlling those angles, those peaks. I think FUT has a pretty good idea of what the setup is here. That it's going to be a heavy stack towards A with 3 players in the crossfire. That's usually what this sort of setup means if you're passive on B. No real trap potential. No trigger, no camera to set it up on B. And here it is at A. This is the fight.
And so far a trade, not a complete miss from either side.
But that's the smokes down for the attackers. That means that they need to be able to do a split here to end the round. If they go straight up through a main, it's going to be deadly for them. Res, not going to be in play. No,
but it's going to be the fish ult that could be a big difference maker as well. They can at least clear out the site, allow them some safety for the cross, but they've got to follow it up and feel brave to do so. CNED, the one to feel bold enough. Oh, the timing on taking out the pain shell. He's going to do okay. He's going to try and secure CT. The one-man army so far, allowing that plant to come in and keeping down the numbers for PRX.
That one's resable. FUT need to stay ahead of this. They can't fall back into B main here. The wall is still in play. The res is still in play. Is this the undoing of them?
It could be. Do they get punished on it? Divide. Waiting for this time.
Stun as well for Forsaken.
Yeah, there's the wall, there's Wingman. What do they have? Oh, it's so good. This is great, PRX. This is the lifeline. This is the thing that could save them here. PRX still alive, still kicking. And a mistake from FUT when it mattered most.
These are things that we've highlighted. FUT making mistakes we talked about. We said how good they've been doing in these post plants, about converting these rounds, about how this is the FUT that we came to expect, the one that got here in the first place. And then what do? Right after we say that, they fall back into B main. They know all these things are on the board in play. They have the wingman for the defuse. They have that wall to defuse behind. They have the stuns up.
Hell, they had the res.
They had the res. They had all these things. I thought for sure FUT's going to stay up ahead like they did it on A.
Jing
down
is
middle,
flying
Jing.
down the map. Dizzy Sen, they've got no idea. And Jing just causing headaches. This man is just mad. And he's got backup too. It's not an individual effort. There were others with him. You had Forsaken coming down as well. Devi with that operator. The cross going to be hard again. Out of captain. Now removed. Means they don't have those smokes here. They don't have that ult with cracks to try and get them on the site. Is this the point where FUT falter? Looking to re-explore towards middle, maybe try and find a pick. Looking at the space, Yedajay is trying to carve away on the A site, already exploring up towards elbow. But the quiet, the peace and quiet is going to be so loud in the minds of PRX. Where have they gone? What are they doing?
One of these orbs is either going to go onto the breach or onto the raise if the A orb's still there, but it doesn't seem like it is. It's all on. Yedajay needs to live. He needs to close this round out for the team. Let the other guys go first here. CNED in.
Mindfreak, does he live? Takes TP out, spotted in the end, but it looks like Gonna see that plant coming in a second. Cautious steps being made in a pre-take by PRX. They're already starting to come on in. Forsaken goes head first, but it's Mr. Fallen to find it. PRX putting up numbers. Mr. Fallen and Cracks, though, still alive in a 2v3. 25 seconds of the plant just to be considered now. Divide with the operator and the res. 2 rifles with the others.
What, the timing?
All
Look behind you.
CT. Mind Freak slips ahead. They annoy. Oh, it's so clean. PRX never down, never out. Back up in an even affair here.
11-11.
Do it.
They've already made their wish.
They have.
They've already made it.
You're right. Oh.
This is the FUT. PRX, they're gonna steal this away from them right under their nose, and it comes back to that round on an eco or like some low economy buy. FUT kicking themselves again. We've seen it before. No more timeouts. No more chances for mistakes. Right here, next team to win a round secures overtime.
But I've seen PRX before. I've seen FUT before. Both of these teams have known the highs and lows, how bittersweet it can taste. And already they are so close in this. This is not
firing squad at middle.
Oh my god, oh my god. Oh!
See that, the showstopper too.
That's so cruel. CNED left in pieces. They didn't see it coming. And a quick approach through market, the wall goes in. You don't get anywhere fast here. Just icing them out of the round, and PRX starting to come alive here, but I'm scared though. It's still not over. FUT can still be dangerous, but Divide doesn't care. He's feeling confident. He's got Forsaken, he's got Mind Freak, he's got them all!
That's it.
He made it to 12! PRX finally getting back in the lead here, and FUT held on 11.
They waited patiently for FUT to make that mistake, to slip up, and once that happened, PRX swung it around. They are in the lead. They've secured that overtime. They're going to steal away FUT's map pick here. Showstopper still available for the attackers. Res still in play, but not even needed. Also, Forsaken's one off his ultimate. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to secure that for him early and use that on a flank if FUT is able to get into a site and get a plant down. But they're off up for Divide. It's very oppressive right now. But they're like, we're going slow here.
Yeah.
Omen ultimate.
And Yedajay had been deadly up middle, so a lovely little bit of revenge there for PRX.
It's 2 rounds in a row. PRX was waiting for this mid. First round it's CNED, this round it's Yedajay. The 2 big hitters for this team. 5 versus 4 again. CNED equalizes.
Back. Here we go, and he's going to take space. If CNED has to step up, take on the mantle of being the big man himself, he will. He's already on 21. He's having a good game. Trying to secure CT to give safety to the plant. The res going to come in. The paint shell goes over. That could be a little scary. Keep an eye. Any of the damage done? No, they're fine. But it looks like a refight. FUT won the brawl. They won the fight himself. And now this is where it gets dangerous. Jane clearing house. He wants this done. He wants map 1, and he might just get it. It's all down to Mr. Fallen, and he can't do enough. PRX bring this game back from the jaws of death. 13-11. That
helps both sides really with dicing up the map, helping with the retakes, and Bind essentially comes down to that. It's basically find out where the weaker side is, hit it, and then it's the retake for the other team. Right now, though, PRX, 4 people short A. Not confirmed info from FUT, just knowing that there's someone there, but how many? Working up towards that hookah area. That B site is exposed right now. The timing is everything. If they are caught out, that Brim Smoke, that's the attacker side Brim Smoke, just to take this control.
And Divide, the one who's got the Sheriff no armor, everyone else has the light shields and just the classics.
Haunt gets info, and a big 4-man TP could be the difference maker here. Does Cracks catch them?
I mean, he can only keep him present for so long, right? Like, surely... No, they're not going for the TP.
No paint shells for the defenders. Like, it's too hard to get through that, but it might be a 5 versus 5 retake here. The smokes are going to come down in a second, surely.
Device playing forward, though. I'm looking how close he gets to this. He was leaning forward in CT. You can see why. Has a line towards Ada Captain. Just going to spam through the smoke, and it works. Footer on the side, but look at the pre-take. Look at the absolute prelude to chaos we've got going on here. PRX. I mean, yeah, you spotted him, Cracks, but you got to find all 5. Not going to happen. And the hit squad makes it to the site.
An almost flawless pistol round for PRX. That defensive smoke coming out into the front of the site as well. The timing was everything. FUT maybe a little bit too slow on their approach there. Getting that information from Cracks at short A, and still all of the defenders are able to move through lamps, through spawn, and get out that choke point at B before anybody from attack is basically out on the site. That's just not good enough for FUT. Maybe they're looking at that last map. Oh, we let that get away. We can't make any mistakes. And now, are they playing, instead of playing to win, they're playing not to lose, and their slow approach is what's going to catch them?
And that is a worry, isn't it? The impact of that previous map. There's something to be said about close losses, how they hurt even more than just the clear-cut one-way affairs. And that one might sting. Already, something showing off where that Vandal may be. There are 2 Bulldogs to supplement, and just the Spectre and the Sheriff to round out. On the other side, purely classics. So, you didn't like that. Oh, the
That's a big combo.
Yeah, if they swing this, yeah, they are so weak. And yeah, comfortable in the end. Get the round done. 4 staying alive. No loss of weaponry. They're happy.
You know what's interesting, though? FUT is a huge Spectre and, well, not Spectre, sorry.
Stinger.
Sheriff and maybe
yeah.
Stinger team. Right there, 5 classics. They're playing all in for this round 3. They have heavy shields on 4 players, only light shields on 1. They've got their Vandals and their Phantoms up. They're playing for this round. PRX, 2 Vandals only, 2 Bulldogs and a Spectre here. So this is going to be a big test for FUT to be able to, again, like they did on this last map, set the tone.
Potentially an aggressive start here. I say potentially, absolutely is. Jing flying down the map, but it's Mind Freak to be rewarded first, and the follow-up found for him too. They are asserting dominance. This is just chaos personified, but in the most perfectly executed way. They have...
In the smoke.
Yeah, they have everything they need here. And the captain falls. Oh, it's just perfect! PRX! They look so good at this. The aggression, just profound. As YetaJ, you were monstrous on map 1, but now you're surrounded on basically all fronts. The spike couldn't be deeper in enemy control, but he can't isolate the fight. It's 3 clear-cut rounds, and I'm worried about FUT's mental here. I'm worried they're getting boomed. If you can't stop the roll, if you can't stop the aggression and handle how PRX play, you will be just blown asunder.
If they can't get even 3 kills on this round, yes, they've got Sheriffs, yes, they got a Stinger. If they can't make something happen where they get even just a few kills, I think round 5 timeout, talk about what's going on. Because right now, PRX, they started out 4 players on A on pistol, and here they did a 4-man B play where they're leaving Viper on an island on their lonesome. Yep. 1 time at B, 1 time on A. PRX really active. FUT need to identify that as soon as possible if they want to have a chance. Otherwise, oh man, 3!
They get nothing! This is just an absolute masterclass in finding a wound and then pressing down on it. FUT are just hemorrhaging in these rounds, not even getting a chance to take any steps forward. Pressured down long, pressured through shower. The map's not theirs. YetaJ and Ada Captain being hunted down, being herded down, and the confidence is building and building. This could be the 4th round. It looks extremely likely, and it looks like it's going to be clean as well. YetaJ has barely left spawn. It's not a fun position to be in. This is the PRX that gives people nightmares. Nice try. It ain't good enough. A flawless round here, Josh. That timeout has to hit quick here. They are getting absolutely pushed around this server.
Timeout needs to come in. FUT need to pick up 1 round in the next... They need to pick up basically 2 out of the next 4 right now. Otherwise, I think PRX is probably going to run with this. They stole map 1 right under FUT's nose. Oh, yeah. Coming back from that, you know, it was a close game the whole way through. But right here, PRX could steal this 10-2, 11-1 even. Easy. And defense side, this isn't the easy side.
Because look at their money. Finances are booming. The ults are going to come through as well. It's just
snowballing, yeah.
It's so hard. So it's this round has to be something. And FUT are walking on just thin ice. Now, they've traded effectively this time. They've won an extremity. That's something.
And Jing.
Very funny.
Conversion is must needed for FUT.
Ooh, Mind Freak. That's huge. Actually getting noted is big. They can try... Okay. You may see where he is, but it may not seem to matter. He's isolating fight after fight, and they're falling like flies. What? Oh, what are we doing? No! An absolute fumble here. And how just on Mr. Fallen. He's read it right, but the timing's wrong. And PRX breaking FUT's hearts. They're crumbling, Josh. They're crumbling.
That was a 4-on-3. He's not isolating the fight. FUT is doing what they did against EDG. They're running, they're scattering around, and everyone's trying. They're trying to chase down the kills, but they're not doing it together. We talked about how they played those post plants on A, on that first map, Sunset, and how they kind of moved here together in tandem, did this, did that, shifted over there together. But here, what is this? One goes left, one goes right, one's in the smoke, one's over
in the mosh.
Yeah, and then he runs into his teammate's mosh, and like, come on.
Heads in the game, boys.
Come on. This is, and now PRX got these ultimates online. It's good. Yeah, this is just the toughest snowball.
Got to see more. Got to see more. A set piece. Get some stability. Get some assurances. And right now it's Jing getting some, taken out of Captain. Mind Freak finding cracks. This is looking like curtain call here. There's only so many ways to say this. It's just perfect work from PRX. 6 now. The difference between map 1 and map 2 is such a stark contrast. Josh, where's the timeout? They need a lifeline here.
Yeah.
They need, I don't know, get out the resuscitation pads. What is going on? They have been just broken through this.
PRX has had a really good handle of the situation. Good aggression, good teamwork. It's not just mindless aggression. They're moving together, and FUT is making these individual mistakes. They're not catching their timing, starting with that pistol round. They missed their timing to get into B. Here, now it's just, they got to the point, FUT just crumbling and spiraling.
Yeah, no, it's clear as day. FUT, whatever's happened in this timeout, guys, better have had a good word, because you don't want to go out with a whimper. This is elimination. This isn't just another game. This isn't just another group stage. PRX, yeah, setting up the firing squad, and this could be an execution waiting, and it absolutely is. Body after body dropped, and again, a 2-man disadvantage to begin with. Something holding the line. It's easy for him. They look so in the zone, so comfortable. As said, I can't stress it enough. This is the PRX that is nightmare-inducing, confident, aggressive in all the right ways, and hard to get a beat on. And for FUT, and for Ada Captain, it's a formality. This round, he wants it done. Get back into it, get that buy up, and get going, because this is a landslide. And PRX are at the top of the mountain right now.
It's the second flawless for PRX in this half. I think maybe 2 or 3 rounds where they had 4 alive as well to close these rounds out. It's not even like it's a close game where it's like coming down to the wire, the clutches, the one-on-one situation where FUT's kind of faltering at the end. These are just so one-sided.
They absolutely are. And now, this is the round the timeout was for. If there was a concept, a consideration, a plan in mind, you bring it in now. But does PRX then say, hell, we'll go aggressive somewhere else? They're going to throw a spanner in the works, give them something new to look at. We're going to have the ult coming down towards long. That should shut off at least that area for now, funnel them in towards that 3-play stack on A.
PRX starting with that showers hold, pivoting back into short. They saw up going aggressive.
It's audacious and it works. He's got the support all the way out. They got Forsaken, but they still caught CNED on the other side. And Mind Freak confident, but gets punished this time. Mr. Fallen finds his man. And they still know that there's going to be a player over towards B long. That Viper's Pit's still in play.
Nightfall as well. I would not be surprised if FUT come back into this B, use that Nightfall, lock down that Viper.
Logic dictates they head towards A, and that's surely going to spur them on now. Choices to be made, but they continue forward. The one man in their way, danger through and through. Personified at times is Jing, but he's noted and he's held back. Utility specifically to keep him contained. Device slow creep forward is already considered. That ult being on B long kind of tailor makes his trajectory. The first fight not going to be his. Mr. Fallen reads it well, and now Jing in an uphill struggle, a 1v4. Incredibly difficult, and it looks like FUT has probably found their first here. These post-plant positions are strong, a high-low setup, it's secured. FUT carve out there first, but it took time to get there. 8 rounds.
We heard that roar from behind us as well. So maybe not completely mentally out of the game. 4 ultimates online for FUT. round by round, if they can get it, I mean, 4 rounds in a row is not unheard of. If they're able to do this, 7-5, we have a game on our hands. PRX is in such a comfortable position still, though. They still have the money for the operator. They still have one of the ultimates, the orbital strike, available, and they probably are still feeling confident enough to take these risks, to look for these duels. Maybe 1 or 2 more opportunities for FUT to be able to get back in with those kind of risks that PRX is taking before PRX needs to kind of readjust.
And again, these ultimates starting to get well-rounded from FUT. They have everything they want, but a double stack towards Showers has been given a lot of freedom here. PRX are going to be behind the wire, deep in enemy territory.
Don't sit in lamps. That orbital strike's online. You have to take some space. CNED at the front of it. Identifies this.
I think they noted it. Nightfall this time. And the next ult from Mr. Fallen as well. Fishhole comes in, the re-aggress through Showers. Jing gets caught. They've got to know there was another here. But Crack's going to be contained, and Mindfreak looking to punish. He doesn't get what he wants. There's a fight still in him. FUT not down yet, not out. Still trying to hold what they can here. Secure what remains in this half. There's something left to have to respect this. But he is being hunted. Yedajay wants that operator gone. Almost. He knows he's going to re-peek. It's something. Of course he is. They are hunting him down left, right, and center. They've got him. They've got their man. Finally, they strike back in full force.
A convincing round. Big execute. Showstopper invested. And the foresight to understand what was going on. Good positioning from Cracks here to deal with this Showers play. A good fight, keeping it forwards. PRX, they take this timeout. They need to understand, hey, you know, this is a couple of rounds. It's like they got defibrillated and their heart highlight at this point. It's everyone. is just involved.
Yeah, they are the collective. They are the five. They stand together, literally. And the high-low setup, again, it was rewarded last time. Does he get a reward here? A very patient beginning, maybe expecting some aggression from PRX. So FUT sitting in a very deep default.
Off the back of a timeout, sensible. Judge and Hookah.
Nasty.
But the double initiator with that raise is going to be able to sniff out a few of these situations.
You'd hope so. You'd hope so. You hope that protocol list is there. There we go. Wingman at least going to come in. That should either force him away or show the
judge.
There we go. Now, does that shut down the attempt towards Hookah, or does it make them reassess how they want to approach this? FUT now giving a little bit more piece of the puzzle, right? They're starting to work out what's in front of them.
Solo
About a minute left.
Oh, a Dizzy could just crush this right now, or a Haunt. This is risky for CNED right now. With the fake Viper ulti up short A.
Hearing that Judge. Sees. It's good.
They don't know that nobody's behind him. They're afraid to peek.
So posturing.
Playing with fire.
But I'm also noting Devi. His positioning here, creeping through from Showers. He might get the timing right. It's about him and CNED. When do they cross paths, if they do? And Jing just has to keep himself alive, keep a bit of space on the site. The Prowler will reveal his position. The TP gets taken. Devi's crept closer. He's denied the rotation, and Jing's paint shell was on the money. Oh! The second glance, and it works. PRX playing patient, and it's paying dividends. Yedajay, left to his own devices, surrounded on all fronts with 5 seconds. The spike is not in hand, and he knows this one's wraps. Get out of there, get out of danger. PRX shifting gear. We credit them for their aggression, for their confidence, for their fast plays, but we've seen them just show real discipline, real patience in approach, sitting deep, working what they had. Great timing on that push out from Devi as well.
They let FUT make the mistake again. Ill-timed. They run out of time here, tank this paint shells. Nope. Don't even get the spike planted. Afraid to go Hookah because of the Judge. Walking up, contact up along B. Can't find an opening. Gets tethered, haunted, everything. Funneled. I don't know what the idea was there from FUT. It was too slow.
Yeah, got caught just at the end. And then again, the aggression starting here. Taking control. Quite indicative that they found no resistance thus far, but there is a player keeping track of this. That is going to be Mr. Fallen. Waiting with the Yedajay. The Dizzy, very good here. Yeah, that reveals info. One.
You don't need it. Let CNED. He's still toying with it.
They have to fight for every step taken, it feels like, in this match.
But here, it should be CNED moving up off that info, having his teammates defend him to destroy this Prowler.
Oh, what a shot! And what What a dodge! CNED takes away Jing, and now the crunch through the TP. They get the man back on Cracks. Follow up.
By one.
Divide! Just decimating 3. A glimmer of hope shattered in a second. And now the cross going to be watched and controlled by something. Yedajay left alone. Again, alone here. Spike so far away. And Divide, whoa, quickly brought back to heal as Yedajay, that shorty, is maybe the end of him. He's going to give it a damn good go. 5 HP in a dream, but 2 players to get past, and they're so close to each other. It would have to be nothing short of a miracle, and it almost was. PRX, they live and die by the sword, and they get themselves up towards 9, Josh. This is looking like it's wraps.
It's so weird seeing this shift. It's like a second personality. You see CNED kind of moving up with this op. Where's that support? Where's the people to break the Prowlers? And then here it's just one by one they swing. It's so weird. You'd think like they would move up in different positions together, but PRX, again, just moving so well together, having the firing squads kind of cutting the map down, moving together. The kill distribution is just on point for them too.
And it looks pacier this time, though. It looks quicker.
Showers crunch is what they wanted to go for.
But I'm looking at the positioning coming out from something. Do they
Huge
check on this?
tether.
Ah, the Dizzy going to reveal it. He has to take the TP as a quick way out, and the site looks vulnerable. Nice. FUT going through that list well here. But hesitation might cost them that advantage they once had. Now you're going to see the molly coming in. Now you're going to see all the counter util, and you're right, that is in play, and it is going to be utilized. Mindfreak could get caught in this one. Jing still going to be doing the damage. Takes away CNED, gets a little closer, goes down. Mindfreak is weak, 10 HP, can't do the damage. And now numbers favorable towards FUT. Should have the time on their side. This should be the gate shut on this round and this half at a 9-3.
Oh yeah, monster on the loose.
Rash out. So hard, 2 versus 4 to come back into this. Cracks hears this as well. 1 hookah, 1 long, crossfire.
They should have everything they need here. It should be a slam dunk. Seal it. Cracks. Okay. Devi, he did well before, but this is very hard. They are isolated, but they swing together. Make sure it counts. 3 rounds, Josh. I don't know if it's enough. I want you to break down when we come back from this if you feel that is going to be enough to tip the scales. But PRX came out looking lethal. This has been a half to remember for them, and it might be the one to secure their safety here in Champs.
Game going on our hands. I mean, PRX had a 7-0 start. FUT with a pistol round could definitely close the gap. This is so important right here, because otherwise PRX is just flying their way into that next round.
Nice little setup here, but the timing might be off. Got caught with his pants down, and PRX gonna walk straight through Shower. The Prowler gonna connect, the Dizzy gonna confirm it, and the pace is just unbelievable, but it's working. Look at this! They are just running them down! The only one to fight back was out of Captain, but the site is theirs. Spike's already down, and you're looking at Yedajay and CNED, the big man himself with the Sheriff, but he's only got 4 kills so far. This hasn't been a big map for him. Forsaken, yes, barely breathing, but still alive with a gun in hand. Something, yeah, a little tagged up, but still here. And the pain shell's good enough for something, but do they clear Forsaken diligently? CNED trying to take those steps, trying to get closer towards Lamps. Spots out Mindfreak, but time is becoming an issue. They've got to get moving. Yedajay noted, and now they go, but look at the reposition from Forsaken. That's lovely, but he gets cleared. Another 1v1, but time, Josh, is ticking. Divide tries to play the game, and he does so well. Heartbreak from the outset. 10 found for PRX. Double digits off the rip.
CNED needs to go huge with this Sheriff right now. Otherwise, PRX, man, I don't know if there's much else to say about this right now. We heard it from the coach, I believe, in the interview. It's like, even if you guys lose 13-0, hold W, keep holding W. And that's basically what they did. As soon as they, they get into that Viper Orb, they, one motion through Showers, take down Mr. Fallen, continue, not even stopping to set up the wingman for that plant, just hold W.
Man, it is a treat to watch them, you got to admit. But FUT on the receiving end, it's a hard game to witness. And already being pushed away from B-Long, PRX just juggernauts running through this. At a captain, down a little low, you're looking at CNED, you're looking at a captain with those sheriffs. It's Yedajay to strike, but still cleared up so quickly. A comfortable plant in the end. As I said, just bulldozering their way through. Plants there, Mr. Fallen and Cracks, what are you gonna do?
5 up long B, you got that Brimstone, triple smokes, 1 down at spawn, elbow, hookah, and CNED jumping through it too. I mean, his demise right now, PRX is just crushing it. Not much that these classics can do on the side of FUT, where we might be looking down the barrel of a 13-3.
Seems likely, doesn't it?
Last player standing.
And again, the caliber of teams we have here, the fact that this is an elimination, and we've had, as I said, a champions winner in the form of CNED on one side, a finalist in the other, of course, PRX falling short to EG in the end, but still, what a series that was. Oh, it won't make much difference now, mate, knife or not. Nah, he's just gonna go for the spike in the end.
From the way they've been shooting.
Right there.
Didn't want to give that orb up to something, give him the thrash. I guess that's the logic behind that.
I mean, he was one away, so that's
Yep.
actually a fair assessment. Don't mind that. You're trying to play to the smallest of margins, but Josh, the problem is the overarching impact of this is that scoreline is just monumental.
Well,
this is it, isn't it?
This
This
is it.
could be the swan song of the entire run for FUT.
Judge on Raze, that's going to be fast lamps control into his own paint shells right here.
Gotta say, Jing, a master of this, and that's why! Just a buckshot to the brain of Yedajay. The upgrade found, and sight control is theirs. As said, this could be the last real effort from FUT. If you're facing 12, it might be too steep of a climb, but for now, the plant is in.
Spike planted.
And the timer now set for FUT to try and take back this site.
Insult to injury with this thrash. How many does it get? 1.
Oh, now they try and tighten the screws on the site itself. FUT, though, taking some good steps here. Something now makes his presence known, gets the upgrade and gets out, but they now know where he is. A nice little lineup there, can't deny it. That is going to secure so much time. And just bit by bit, Mindfreak is playing to that clock, working away at FUT, chipping them down, and Cracks tries as best he can, keeping them in this series, barely alive.
Barely is the key word. The economy is just shattered. I don't even know if they can afford to purchase more Vandals here. It's going to be light shields, Bulldogs. There's nothing else they can really do. PRX is just keeping the pressure on. And I mean, we see that from Jing. He gets the kill. It's a 5-on-4. He switches to the Vandal. He keeps holding W. But I mean, why not? Right now, with this lead, with this momentum, with this confidence, keep going for it. You have the rounds to play with to do these things and really just crush FUT at a certain time, 11-7, 11-8. Maybe that's when you get down to business. But right now, 7-round lead. Why not?
Keep it going. They'll set up here. Yeah, Jing knew it too. He's out of there. Forsaken overwatching to see if they try and re-clear that space, but a good start here for PRX, just testing the waters.
This defensive setup for FUT's making me nervous. The one-person spotting towards Hookah and the jiggle towards Long B.
Tell me how the captain's at least got full shields. He does, but it
the
doesn't
headshot.
matter. The headhunter himself, something taken away at a captain and leaving pretty much Mr. Fallen all alone, and the wingman will, if not with Dizzy. Oh, good response. CNED's quick to it.
Help him out.
But they're starting to second guess. He backed away for a second now. Mr. Fallen's screwed. He was all alone. CNED has to make up for that little bit of a mistake, that little hesitation. But now he's got no security. Has to fall away to CT and give up the site.
Bring them down. Spike planted.
We found one. I'll find you. Mark
The wrap
one.
towards Hookah. CNED's going to take down Mindfreak. That's huge. CNED starting to clear house. Forsaken, though, in a 1v3 position. Unconsidered thus far. Can he clutch up and get them to 12? Oh, I wasn't clean on the first. And CNED thriving there. Moved away for a second. Left Mr. Fallen to rot, but he came back at the right time.
Big round for CNED at 4K. Round by round, FUT needs to do this. PRX still in a really comfortable lead.
Yep.
Maybe having to do a low econ buy here, let another round slip into the favor of FUT, but I don't think they have to get a little bit nervous. I think this round, if you're going to use any to highlight the differences in teamwork between PRX and FUT, it's right here. We see how this player gets this kill in Hookah. He's dragging it back out. No Viper wall to come up early enough for him to be able to go. First of all, it was a split into a 2A, 2B setup. CNET doesn't even follow through to help him away. Still, they end up with the round.
It's all stingers, all light shields. And why do I feel it might work? Jing's still alive, so I still hold my breath. But for now, it's an effective trade in favor to FUT. They keep the man advantage, they keep control, and they've seen a lot.
The reposition as well from FUT. Getting into that long B. CNET as well. Moving over, jump spotting for that hookah angle, and the passive retake setup from Cracks on A Heaven right now. Really understanding exactly the only win conditions for PRX right now. That showstopper is also going to be in play, though.
That's a pixel spotted. And the captain going to keep his head down. And here comes the problem. Here comes the danger man, Jing. Didn't check Octagon, but sends it towards CT and gets a trade. Oh, but out of captain. Safe pair of hands there. That's another step. It's an arduous road, Josh. This is going to be a slog if they want to try and bring this back. The purchase now going to come up here for PRX. They've got rounds to play with, but maybe a timeout here before it gets too close. Keep them back in line. Give them that plan to move forward with.
11-7, 11-8, those are kind of where you're hitting that red line of this is getting a little bit too uncomfortable considering where we were, where we came from. FUT still needing to play almost perfect at this moment, and I don't think they're quite there yet. They're winning the rounds.
One away from the Nightfall, one away from the Fishhole, one away from Viper's Pit. We've got a lot coming up for FUT, but they don't have rounds to play with, as we highlighted. This is very much back to the wall Val. Similar scenes for PRX as well. They should have a snowball round soon enough. We are seeing the operator coming out for CNET.
That deep showers line is going to help alleviate some pressure for the defense. Cracks spotting short A, ready to dip into showers to help CNET or to just defend against that A site. And Ada Captain already shifting over towards A.
Oh!
That is not the opening you want.
No, that's an issue. That is a big problem, actually. And I wonder how FUT try to respond to this, because PRX now, with a very early advantage, above a minute, taking map control. They haven't given up much on the rest of the other side of the map either.
CNET shifting back over to this lamps here to watch short A deep. Instead of having that showers line, that Viper wall going up would block his sight line. So good reposition.
Oh, CNET, what do you do with this?
They understand right now. Nothing's happened towards B yet. It's going to be A.
CNET having to respect it. Has to back away deeper towards site. Looking for a readjust towards maybe Tri-Box. Cracks is in towards shower, so that's still a big factor here. They're all going to come down to deny the plant.
30 seconds and Yedajay's positioned if where that TP comes.
Wingman doing his job as best he can. Gets denied again. Now the Nightfall. Now CNET strikes. Jing gonna answer back in kind. Man advantage now with PRX, but Cracks' position could be huge. As could be said for Yedajay, but Mindfreak's watching it. Mindfreak wins, and now the problems begin. A 2v4, this is going to be everything. Jing takes away out of captain, and Cracks left to rot at the end of this 12. Calling and answered by Jing. PRX, after the timeout, get the job done, up to 12.
Match point.
Match point, and FUT's been feeling this pressure all game. That's 7-0 down to start off this map. CNET, he moved from showers because his teammate's Viper wall would cut off his vision if needed at B. He moves over to lamps. The enemy Viper wall is right there. Loses that vision that way. Needs to have a better position. I like the reposition. Wait for them to rotate back from B to short A. You get that line on them.
Yeah.
But maybe it needs to be from like on top of truck, in front of the truck, something. And right now, I mean, PRX, they can still gamble with a couple rounds here where they don't use ultimates and then just dump 4 at the same time. But need to use theirs off cooldown.
And welcome to the pace. Instantly off the rip, we're going to have a Nightfall over towards B and a quick take through towards shower. Hell, it looks like the pistol round all over again. And they had no idea! Caught completely unawares, and PRX just making it hurt now. FUT down to Mr. Fallen and Yedajay to try and save the day, to keep them standing and breathing, but they have to give up the site. Detained. He backs away. But what do you do in this? A 2v3, and you're so far from the site.
They have that wingman, they have that Viper's Pit. If they're able to get into the back of the site, pop that Viper's Pit, get the wingman on the spike, use that Dizzy probably to get them the space. Thrash is invested instead.
They're trying everything. Kitchen sink included. Sends it in.
It
Does
caught
catch
him.
his target. Does get a man. They need to deal with him quickly,
They know, though.
They've got to spam it, and they're trying something, trying to evade. He's gotten down. 2v2. Time is now of the essence. They cannot
Ollie?
miss here, and Mind Freak is hitting everything! PRX being the force of nature.